students, myself Trupti Bhavsar, your SS teacher. Today we are going to study History, Chapter 3 in the earliest cities. Students, already we had studied the two chapters of history. First one we had studied what, where, how and when. In that chapter, we had studied that what has happened in the ancient period, where the people they had started to live, when it was happened, that all the things we had already studied. Then after we had studied about the second lesson, from hunting, gathering to growing food. In that lesson, we had studied that how the people they had started living a settled life, how they had started to growing the crops, gathering the food from that, they had started growing the crops by themselves, and they became a nomadic people. Now, in this chapter, we are going to study about the earliest cities, the cities which has been developed near about 4700 years ago. At that time, what would have happened? That type of things we are going to study in this chapter. Now, the first thing is the story of Harappa. Now, students, very often buildings have a story to tell. Means many places you visit, and among them some of the places have the stories related to it. Is it or not? Now here we are going to study the story of the Harappa. Nearly 150 years ago, means 150 years ago, when railway lines were being laid down for the first time in the Punjab. At that time, the engineers they stumbled upon the site of Harappa in the present day Pakistan. Means when they had started the railway line work before 150 years ago in the site of Punjab, which is the part of the Harappa, now it is in the Pakistan. So there they had fall upon, or they had found the site of Harappa, and to them it seemed like a mound that was a rich source of ready-made high quality bricks. And there they had found the bricks were there, and that bricks were not in a few number only, but in a huge amount they had found it over there. And that bricks were very good quality bricks. That bricks were high quality bricks. So that time, that engineers, those who went there for the railway line work, they had carried the buildings. They had thought that these bricks we will use for our purpose for the construction of the railway line. So they carried off thousands of bricks from the walls of the old buildings of the city to build railway lines, and many buildings were completely destroyed. From that, many buildings were completely destroyed by these people. And then about 80 years ago, archaeologists they had found the site and realized that this was one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent. Subcontinent means the India, Pakistan, China, Nepal, Bhutan. These all together they are forming a subcontinent. And this place from where they had got the bricks, this place was found by the archaeologists that it is one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent, as this was the first city to be discovered. All other sites from where similar buildings and other things were found were described as Harappan. What they had described it as a Harappan. and this city is developed about 4700 years ago. When this city has developed 4700 years ago. I hope students you had understood about this, that the Harappan city, it was developed near about 4700 years ago. And before 150 years ago, the railway line work was started over there, and the engineers, they found the high quality of bricks, and they had used these bricks for their railway line purpose, for building up of their railway lines. So it becomes a very easy task for the engineers to take these bricks and use for their own purpose. But the archaeologists, they had found before 80 years ago that this is one of the oldest cities in the subcontinent, and it came to be known as the Harappan cities. Now students, we will study what was special about these cities. Now, first of all, these cities were found in Punjab and Sindh in Pakistan. So, they were found in the Punjab and Sindh part of the Pakistan. And in Gujarat and Rajasthan, Haryana and Punjab in India also they were found. Okay, these places, Dholavia, Lothal, these places are found in the Gujarat, and Kalibangan in the Rajasthan. Then students, many of these cities were divided into two or more parts. Usually the part to the west was smaller but higher, and archaeologists describe this as the citadel. Now, what is the citadel? The citadel is the 12-meter high structure. It is highly fortified and has a watchtower in the middle. Means it is the upper part of that city, and it is made up of mud bricks, which is used to build most buildings in the Indus civilization. The bricks are probably baked to make it more durable. Durable means long lasting. Students, these bricks were so well made that they had lasted for thousands of years, and they were arranged in an interlocking pattern. Interlocking means they lock with each other. In that pattern they were arranged, and the houses were 1 or 2 story high with rooms built around a courtyard. Some houses had wells to supply water, and in some cities special buildings were constructed. For example, in Mohenjo-daro, a very special tank which archaeologists call the Great Bath was built in these areas. This was lined with bricks, coated with plaster, and made watertight with a layer of natural tar. And there were steps leading down to it from 2 sides. You can see here that from both the side steps were given, so they can go inside of this bath. And water was probably brought it in the form of from the well and drained out after the use. Perhaps the important people took a dip in this tank on special occasions. You can see here students that this great bath, it is 12 meter long, 7 meter wide and 2.4 meter deep. The floor of the bath is made in burnt bricks. Well in the room near great bath, probably source of water to fill the bath. Here you can see the well is shown to us. Rainwater also may have been collected for this purpose, but no inlet drains have been found. This tank would have been used for special religious functions, and there are small rooms with Virnath and supposed to be the changing rooms and bathrooms. You can see here some of the rooms are also shown. So they were also used. Here you can see the entrance is also given, and the drainage system, the drain out water comes from here. Now students, other cities such as Kalibangan and Lothal had fire altars, which sacrifices may have been performed. Now, fire altars where the sacrifices may have been performed means the fire, the burning of the burials can be done over here, and these altars, they are the higher part, upper part from the ground. And some cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal had elaborate storehouse. There they used to store the things, or elaborate means a big huge storehouse were also founded over there. Now students, we will study about houses, drains and streets. Generally, houses were either 1 or 2 stories high with rooms built around a courtyard. Most houses had a separate bathing area, and some had wells to supply water. Students, many of these cities had covered the drains. Drains means the drainage system. And notice that how carefully these were laid out in straight lines, so that although you cannot see it, but each drain had a gentle slope so that water could flow through it. Very often, drains in houses were connected to those on the streets, and smaller drains lead into bigger ones. As the drains were covered, inspection holes were provided at intervals to clean them, and all the three houses, drains and streets were probably planned and built at the same time. So we can understand from this that at that time also their houses were so well planned and so well constructed, so that they had the architecture was so nicely done that the system of the drainage system and bathing area, well, water supply system, the streets, everything was so nicely architected and constructed, and it was really a very ideal city was formed at that time. I hope you had understood about it. Now students, you can see here the two different things over here. A great bath is also shown to you, and citadel is also shown to you. Already we had discussed about these things in the previous video. I hope up to this much you had understood. In the next video, we will continue our chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.